Hey there, Sagittarius, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon, Sagittarius, Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And I want to take a moment to thank you so much for all of your support, your likes, your shares, your comments. You're helping me to grow my channel every time you subscribe. You've been... I'm just overwhelmed. Okay, so November 7th is my 1-year anniversary, and I have over 1,700 subscribers. I couldn't do that without you, without your support, and I thank you so much for that. And so I hope that you've hit the notification bell. I'm actually going to go live Thursday night to kind of celebrate this milestone, and I want to invite you to come along. I'm going to be pulling cards for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine for each of the signs, and then I'm going to take questions. And so if you can't make the live event, which would be very disappointing, you can leave me a message, a question in the comment section below, and I will answer as many questions as I possibly can that night. But I really hope a lot of people show up. It'll be more fun for me that way. You know, it's a celebration and I want people to be there. So hopefully you can make it. So hit the notification bell as a reminder. And then hopefully I will see you then. Okay, interesting week ahead for you. So I am just covering the week ahead. I am just covering the week ahead because there's a lot going on astrologically, but there's this need this week to really pull in the Scorpio energy of pulling in, of doing the self-evaluation, of deciding where we want to go, what's real, what's not real, what can we make real that's not real but should be real in our lives, you know, what do we want to create, and having the willpower and the focus to head off in that direction. So that's kind of what the week is all about. And so I didn't want to clutter it up with a bunch of other things. I want you to focus on yourself. I really do. And I want to try to help you along the way. And the planets are definitely helping you along the way. You got Mercury in retrograde. Stuff that you were thinking about in the middle of October, you're probably thinking about again right now. And you'll be thinking about it again in about 2 weeks. And then starting next Tuesday through the next 2 weeks. So that's the full moon in Taurus until we get that new moon in Sagittarius. There's a lot happening. And so this week, if you can find some quiet space to do this assessment, to do this self-discernment, it'll be very beneficial to you. And so try to make some space for that. So this week you have the Five of Pentacles energy, but what's interesting is when I looked at it, I know it's the Five of Pentacles, which is all about people being left out in the cold, but when I looked at it, I thought, you're hitting the jackpot. That was what I saw when I was like, that's not what the Five of Pentacles usually means. That's what I'm seeing. You're going to hit the jackpot. And I think it's on a creative new project that makes you feel very emotionally balanced and supported. It's beautiful. This really looks like great energy for the week. And so I know that most people think the Five of Pentacles is a negative card, but when I looked at that, all I saw was the jackpot being hit. And so we're going to go with that because these other cards really seem to support that energy. But let's see what we get with the rest of them. We might have to adjust that a little, but that's what it feels like. So yes, winning. All right, so that moon starts out this week in Aquarius. It's there on Sunday and Monday and most of Tuesday until we get to Tuesday evening. And it is finding that creative new solution. It is assessing where you are and figuring out where you're going to go. And you have this creative energy of a new start on something. And so maybe a little assessing, a little discernment of where you go from here feels pretty important. So let's see what we got here. Be graceful in movement and action. Feel loved and committed. That is that beautiful King of Cups energy there. It's the nurturing of the Divine Feminine. This being graceful in movement and action. I want to say you're a winner. Be graceful. And I feel like you're winning something. That's what it feels like. So be, what's the word I want? Be kind to other people in your winning, right? But you also have to take charge with authority, you know, so step into your power. be emotionally balanced and kind toward other people on whatever it is that you are putting the first stroke on the new canvas of a new cycle. It feels really exciting. And so the end of the week has this winner take all kind of attitude. And so I want to just say, you know, be more generous of spirit than that, because I feel like you are going to be doing really well. All right, so here we go. On Tuesday, Tuesday evening, 6:08 p.m., so it's really Wednesday and Thursday, that moon is in Pisces. It's about doing the deep dive into some kind of an emotional situation. It could be a partnership, but it's what can move you towards success. There's an opportunity for real success here of taking something kind of ordinary and making it extraordinary. And with this energy I see here, something ordinary like that one little nickel coin that you put into the slot, you pull it down and you know out comes $2,000, right? So it's something ordinary into something extraordinary. No, that's never happened to me, but I keep expecting that it will. Okay, here we go. Some of your fears are legitimate. They are. Mostly they're not. There's only one cage. A cage can only hold one or two fears. And boundaries. Self-imposed boundaries can be good. Self-imposed boundaries can be limiting. So it's a process of discerning which is which and imposing boundaries on other people who don't seem to understand your boundaries. Like, this is my boundary. This is my space. Stay out of my space. Energy is sometimes part of what this is too. But this is an opportunity to take something that's really mundane and create that fantasy in your mind and then pull that fantasy down and make it a reality. Woo! But this is an odd combination, so I have to think about this for a second. So this one I understand totally. It's the inner child. This is the, you're not good enough thing that you hear when you're a kid about, oh, you can't succeed at this. Maybe, you were afraid to put that first stroke on the canvas because you were afraid you wouldn't be perfect. Well, life is messy. Don't be perfect. What's the fun in that? Like, have some fun with it. So splash the colors on, color outside of the line. Go have some fun, and I think it has to do with your sexuality. Are you in a relationship with someone who is a great partner? Look how messy he is. Okay, first off, look how messy he is, and look how much fun he's having with life, and look how loved he is. Life is messy. That's what makes it glorious. That's the jackpot. So is there someone in your life that makes you feel like you hit the jackpot? Don't worry about being perfect. Love your inner child, have fun with your inner child, and be willing to give and take. And okay, so we all want to lose some weight, or we think that we're too tall, or we're too short, or we need to gain weight, or I can't stand this mole on my face, and I would be perfect if I were perfect, then sure, I'd go out there and I'd have lots of fun, but I'm not perfect, so I'm going to hide away here and not. Life is messy. Go have some fun anyway. Enjoy your life. Be creative in all aspects of your life, and love your inner child. Those voices in your head that are telling you negative things, somebody somewhere along the line made you feel that way, and they were doing the best they can, but they weren't right. You are beautiful. Beauty has so much to do with so many things, not looks. And trust me, the most sexy thing out there is self-confidence. Be confident, right? Because you're a winner. You're going to hit the jackpot. Okay. So when we get to Friday that moon is in Aries, and there is this desire to push through, to win. You know, that's that. I wanted you to be sure you're gracious. That was the word I was looking for, that you're gracious in your victory, but that you're focused on next steps. What do you want to do next? And so we have rejuvenating rain, which is clear the past and heal the present. And that seems to have to do with these. Somebody made you feel bad about yourself, which has stopped you from feeling great about yourself now. And it's a new cycle, it's a new canvas, and you can create whatever you want here. And so let the past wash away. And so I want to say, stand in a shower and let it pour down over you and say to yourself, I am washing away the negativity of my past. The future ahead is beautiful, and I can create what I want. Release yourself. This is the Scorpio energy, the death and the rebirth. Let the crap die so you can reborn into this beautiful opportunity where you hit the jackpot of life. The jackpot of life is the part where you love yourself so much that it just creates this explosion of creativity throughout your life. And through this process, you are protected by angels. And I want to say, when you're standing there in the shower and you're washing away the negative energy, you ask St. Michael to come and cut the cords of negative energy. And you ask him to zip up your energy to protect you from negative attacks in the future, because healing takes time, and you can cut the cords, but it's going to take time for you to shut off the voices in your head that were put there. I can't remember which sign it was that I said this to earlier, and so we're going to have this conversation again, and so I'm sorry if you're hearing it twice, but if you're hearing it twice, that seems really significant to me. Because the inner child showed up for someone else. When those negative, Libra. When those negative Leo. When those negative voices are in your head, you step away from them and you realize that so instead of saying I'm not good enough, I'm not sexy enough, right? Instead say, Maggie thinks she's not sexy enough. Well, then you say, well, you tell Maggie she's really sexy, and I don't know who told her that, but they were wrong. And you have those kind of conversations with yourself, where you role play in your head the parent and the child. The way you would support and nurture and encourage your own children is the way you talk to yourself. Because whoever put those voices in your head, they were wrong. They were defining who you are, and they didn't have the right to do that. The only person that gets to define who you are is you. So talk to yourself in that beautiful, loving way that you talk to your own children. That supportive, kind, nurturing way. The part where you build them up and you get them ready to go out and get the world, right? That's the energy you want to use. Love yourself. Right? Believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to take that first step. Put that stroke of brush, that splash that paint on there. You don't even need to use the paintbrush. Just pick up the bucket and throw it at it and see what you get, right? Life is messy. And find the beauty in it. When I do laundry and I throw the basket of clothes onto the bed, right? And I always have, it's messy, right? It's chaos, right? But I stop and I look and I'm like, I didn't know those two look so good together. And that's how I sometimes find clothes to wear. That I'm like, I didn't know that worked. Life is, look for the creative. You're Sagittarius. You're that fiery, creative sign anyways. Create the life that you want. So, We have strengthen your faith, Lilac, and I feel like this is strengthen your faith in yourself and your belief in yourself, because we also have the Dark Night of the Soul card, Black. Find the richness in the dark light, in the dark night. It's shadow and light. Look how beautiful that is. Anybody who does any kind of artistic work, drawing, painting, photography, I don't know, whatever. It's shadow and light that takes that flat picture and makes it 3D, right? That's where the beauty is. It's in the depth. It's in the nuances of the color. Find the richness in the dark night. Find the joy within yourself. Strengthen yourself. Don't be afraid to go out and create the life you want. And remember, if you're feeling left out, instead of feeling like you're that person that's out in the cold, start thinking of yourself as the person that hit the jackpot. You get to pick which attitude you are. You get to pick who you are. You know, people can look at this card and go, oh, no, this is the Five of Pentacles. It's about those people out there that aren't getting anything. No. You look at this and you go, oh my God, I'm the person that hit the jackpot. Because you are. Because you decided to be. Our whole life is all based on what we decide. So every day, every minute, you decide, I hit the jackpot. And you will. You have. You are. That's how it works. All right, I will see you hopefully on Thursday, but if not, I'll see you back next week. And leave me a comment if you have a question that you would like me to answer. I would love to do that. And you take care, and we'll talk soon.